It all began 4 months ago. Two-a-day workouts in the early August heat. The potential was there. The expectations were high for the Sheridan Generals.
We've got more experience up front. We've got the experience in the receivers, and in the offensive backfield, we have more experience all around.
I just think if we get our heads screwed on straight and not, get too big-headed, we can definitely be better than last year.
2 straight MVL championships had made this a confident team, and the hunger was there for a third. The Generals won all 10 of their regular season games by an average score of 41-5. Despite that dominance, there were questions about how well they do in the playoffs. Having lost 35-0 to Thornville the year before, the Generals wondered themselves. Now they know. Sheridan has played with determination, precision, and emotion in playoff wins over Dover, Ironton, and Forest Park. Along the way, gaining momentum. Now it comes down to this December day and one final game. The reward couldn't be any better. A chance at a state championship.
We step on that field Saturday morning. Like I said, it's going to be the culmination of a year's worth of work and dedication, and we're going to get after it.
AVC Sports and WHIZ TV present the Division III State Playoff Championship game. The Sheridan Generals versus the Youngstown Mooney Cardinals. Today's game is brought to you by Collins Potato Chips, Mutual Federal Savings, Taco Bell, Jeffers Ford, Nyoka's Family Restaurant, Maureen Sheridan Funeral Home, SEO Computers, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Mac and Turf Insurance, Bethesda Hospital, and Shriver's Pharmacy.
144 Division III football teams began the season. Now 2 are left, Sheridan and Youngstown Mooney. And today you will watch them battle for the Division III state championship. The Red Rage epidemic, which had spread throughout southeastern Ohio, has now spread into Columbus. Today, the scarlet and gray colors out in large numbers at Ohio Stadium here on the campus of Ohio State. The fans turning out once again to cheer on the Sheridan Generals. Lonnie Moore is with me, and Lonnie, we've got an interesting matchup here. We've got one team from the country for whom this is a whole new experience, and another football team from the city, which has quite a tradition in high school football.
Oh, yes, they have a tremendous tradition. They have a coach that's been with them 21 years now. They've won 3 state championships, and this is the first year that they're a Division III team. They were a Division II team. The last time they were here, they lost to a quicker team, a Galleon team that was smaller and quicker, so their coach is guarding against an upset today.
State championship appearance number 5 for Youngstown Mooney. They've won the state championship 3 times. This is how these two teams got here through the playoffs. For Youngstown Mooney, they started off the playoff season with a 21-0 shutout over Wickliffe. After that, they knocked off Struthers 21-3, and last week knocked off Elyria Catholic by the score of 23-0. Sheridan has gained momentum throughout the playoffs, winning its opener, a thriller at Zanesville 25-24 over Dover, then knocking off Ironton 27-14, and last week in Dayton defeating Cincinnati Forest Park 21-7. Lonnie, in those 3 football games, a lot of people felt that Sheridan was at a disadvantage physically, yet the Generals have pulled it off. How have they done it this year?
Well, they've done it by staying with their game plan and playing their game. They run the option, and they set up the pass by spreading people out and making everybody defend the entire field. Kevin Mager is a tremendous quarterback, and he's the man that they go to when they need yardage. He can throw the ball, he can run the ball, and he runs the option. Tremendously talented athlete. Greg Smith has caught big passes. He caught the opening pass against Dover the first game of the playoffs, and he'll definitely be a factor today. He's a tremendous receiver. They play tremendously tough defense, very quick. Last week against Cincinnati, you could see that the team quickness was with Sheridan. And Sheridan just out-quicked the bigger, stronger team. And I look for them to do that again today.
Now, this Youngstown Mooney ball club is quite a ball club. On offense, they have 2 outstanding running backs. One of them is Ed Thomas, number 24, the tailback. Thomas this season has rushed for more than 1,200 yards, and he's made it into the end zone 9 times for 9 touchdowns. The other running back is the fullback, Dean Ciccaretti. Now, Ciccaretti has rushed for 996 yards and 8 more touchdowns, so it's a very potent backfield. The defense, though, has been the real story for Mooney. They have recorded 6 shutouts, and throughout the playoffs have given up just 3 points. And the leader of that defense is defensive end number 85, Chris Vecchione. He is a first-team All-Ohioan. They can put pressure on the quarterback. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff. The Sheridan fans chanting out cheers for their Generals. We'll be back with the opening kickoff of the state championship game in just a moment. The Sheridan Generals heading out of the locker room for the state football championship. The Generals with a senior-oriented group that has given a tremendous effort throughout these playoffs. You really have to admire the way they have hustled, taken on bigger competition, just out-quicked them, out-hustled them, and played with tremendous emotion. That Dover game was a real draining one for the football team and for the fans as well, as the Generals had to come from behind to win it. The Sheridan fans chanting, "Let's go Red," as the Red Rage will tee it up and kick it off, and we will be underway. The weather conditions, we've got a game time temperature of 33 degrees for this one. The wind swirling around, and the field is slick with the snow out on the surface of this artificial turf. Tom Kopus will tee it up for the Sheridan Generals, kicking from left to right in the horseshoe, the open end to our right. The deep returners for Youngstown Mooney will be number 22, Marcus Coleman, averaging better than 20 yards a return. Number 21, Jamie Austin. And number 24, Ed Thomas. Thomas is averaging 18 yards a return. It all comes down to this one final game. At the end of the regular season, Youngstown Mooney was rated number 1 in the state in Division III. Sheridan ranked 4th in the state. And in the computer rankings, this is for all 5 divisions. Youngstown Mooney had the 3rd most points. That tells you something about the strength of Mooney's schedule. 169 points, 3rd behind just Cleveland St. Joseph and Cincinnati Princeton, 2 Division I schools. Sheridan ended up with 106 playoff points. Still waiting for the official signal down on the football field as Tom Kopus gets ready to boot it. Kopus raises that right hand in the air, and we're going to be underway. Dean Ciccaretti, number 27, is the deepest of the return man, and Kopus sends it straight down the field. It will be taken by Marcus Coleman at the 10. Coleman to the 15, the 20, he's got it creased. He breaks it. Coleman out to the 40, the 45, and the Generals will finally stop him at the 47-yard line of Sheridan. A look at the offensive unit. Raymond Allen is the quarterback. Dean Ciccaretti, the fullback, has rushed for 966 yards. Ed Thomas, the tailback, over 1,200 yards. Norm Scarazzo is the up-back. Mike Bossy, the leading receiver. And Chris Vecchione, another receiver. Up front, Three-Tech, Lyons, Kabaka, Stewart, and Cleaver. First down, they'll run out of the I formation. It's the tailback, Thomas, carrying left side. Thomas inside the 40. And he'll be stopped right at the 40-yard line as well. They'll mark him down.
That's just your basic off-tackle play. Lock down and kick out the end.
Kevin Mager came up to make the tackle. So Youngstown Mooney with a great kickoff, coming out with good field position. That is not the correct defensive lineup for the Sheridan Generals. We will give that to you in just a moment. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for Youngstown Mooney. Operating from the 41, the handoff to Thomas again. He tries the right side. Thomas will get down to the 35, and that will be enough for a first down for Youngstown Mooney.
He's not going to use
That defense for Sheridan has Tony Taylor at nose tackles, Sherman Carpenter and John Russell at the tackles, Dennis Abram and Eric Ramey at the ends. The linebackers are Tim O'Ryan and Jim Robinson, and the defensive backs, Kevin Mager, Blair Crossan, Greg Smith, and Doug Factor. First down for Youngstown Mooney. Handoff to the fullback, Ciccaretti, and he is going nowhere.
Boy, that was a major change in defense for Sheridan there. They lined up in a 4-man front with 4 linebackers and came quick. That was a totally different defense than they showed all year. Never seen them in that set. That surprised Youngstown.
That is a gain of only a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. An excellent turnout by the Sheridan fans once again. A 2 tight end formation for Mooney. Allen calls the signal. He fakes to the fullback. He spins away from John Russell. Jamie Lentz has him, and Jamie Lentz will throw him down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, it looks as if Sheridan's game plan is to change up their defense, give them a lot of different fronts and a lot of different looks, hopefully to get some confusion and take advantage of that big offensive line.
Big is right. That offensive line averages 234 pounds. John Russell and Tony Taylor are the largest linemen for Sheridan, and they go 225. A tremendous advantage there, and a nice tackle on that last play by Jamie Lentz. It'll be 3rd down and 3. High formation with the up back right behind the quarterback. A pitch goes back to the tailback, Thomas, straight up the middle, and he will be brought down by Dennis Abrams for very little gain.
That time Sheridan was in their 50, but they brought their outside linebacker in behind a tackle to give a little bit more support on that tackle hole. Paid off.
The gain is to the 28, a pickup of 2 more. Very difficult to distinguish the yard lines on the football field with the snow. It's going to be 4th down and 3, and the chance of defense go up for the Red Rays. Mooney likes the counter play when it is in a critical situation. Allen calls the signal. He spins, fakes to the fullback. Allen keeps it. Allen spins. He's got the 1st down. He is down close to the 20-yard line.
That time, Scott, they ran an Indiana I, a three-man backfield, and he faked to the 2nd man through and kept the ball, followed the blockers off tackle. This is a powerful Youngstown team, very powerful.
So it brings up 1st down and 10 for Youngstown Mooney. They send the split end in motion. Give off to the tailback, Thomas. He gets a block. Thomas is down to the 15, and he strides forward to the 14 before the Generals can stop him. Tim O'Ryan, the linebacker, finally put a stop to him.
Sheridan still mixing up their defense well, but that time they got that crease off tackle.
.7:38 to play in the 1st quarter. There is no score. Mooney took the opening kickoff, got a great return to the Sheridan 47, and is now marching with the football. 2nd down and 4. And it's the fullback, Ciccaretti. Ciccaretti with a big hole slanting over the right side, down close to the 5 before the Generals can bring him down. Free safety, Greg Smith made the stop along with Sherman Carpenter. That was a quick opener there, Lonnie.
Yeah, that was. A quick dive of the fullback. Sheridan wasn't looking for it.
And that right side of the offensive line is extremely large. The right tackle, Mike Cleaver, goes 242. Dave Tabacca, 220. Brian Lyons, the left guard, he's a first-team All-Ohioan. 3rd down and 7. I formation again. It's the tailback, Thomas. Gets away from a man, slips away from another as he tries to get outside. Blair Croston will take him out of bounds at the 5.
Blair Croston on the tackle.
With that size advantage, I wouldn't be surprised if Youngstown doesn't attack those smaller defensive ends of Sheridan. But to just wait and see. Jamie Lentz is not very big. They're playing him to the short side of the field when they're in their even 40 defense. Now they're in their goal line defense, and they're coming hard and low.
On 2nd down from the 5, the fullback, Ciccaretti, over the left side, and he's into the end zone for a Youngstown Mooney touchdown. So Youngstown Mooney comes out and does what it does so well, and that's control the football, just pound it out on the ground. They didn't throw the football once on that drive. A 47-yard drive for the score. Dean Ciccaretti, the fullback, mixing it up with the tailback, Ed Thomas, in there, alternating on the carries, and it's Ciccaretti who scores from 5 yards out.
Well, Sheridan's been in this situation before, so anything can happen. They haven't had the ball yet, so we'll see.
High snap, Tinkler for the extra point attempt. The flag is thrown. The extra point attempt was good, but we will wait for the penalty. Illegal motion against Youngstown Mooney. That might have been on the kicker. It looked like the kicker might have moved, but the snap was a high one. The kicker had to hesitate. He collected himself and put it through the uprights, but the penalty will be marked off against Mooney. Ted Tinkler does not have the strongest leg in the world. He's pretty accurate from 20 yards to 25, but you get him any further than that, and chances decrease significantly that he can put it between the uprights.
That could be a big factor in a game like this on a slippery field.
He'll try it again. The snap is perfect. The placement is down. The kick is on its way, and he got it once again. So with 6:49 to play in the first quarter at Ohio State, Sheridan has fallen behind. Dean Ciccaretti, the fullback, scoring on a 5-yard run, and our score is Youngstown Mooney 7, Sheridan nothing. Ted Tinkler to kick off right now for Youngstown Mooney. A bouncing kick picked up by one of the upbacks for Sheridan. Returned out to the 30-yard line. And breaking it is Dennis Abram. Abram getting outside, and he's finally chased down from behind at the 45-yard line.
Boy, week after week, he is a tough young man, isn't he? That little guy plays good football.
Dennis only weighs at 155 pounds, but boy, he is 100% football player. A 12-play, 47-yard scoring drive for Youngstown Mooney to start off the football game, and that's the way to do it. Get rid of those opening jitters with the big drive and the touchdown early on. So Kevin Mager leads the offense out of the huddle for Sheridan. Carpenter, the fullback. Robinson, the tailback. They're in the eye. Fake to Carpenter. Mager with a hole on the option.
Just wide open.
He's
wide
out
open.
To the 50, the 45. Pitch to Robinson, and there goes Jimmy Robinson.
It's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, and there's no flags, ladies and gentlemen.
Jimmy Robinson.
That was beautiful.
Jimmy Robinson going down the sideline, and he's got the touchdown, a 55-yard scamper on the first play from scrimmage.
That's against a team that hasn't given up a touchdown in a long time. That was beautiful. That's something Kevin Mayer can do. He pitches the ball. He'll pitch the ball at any time on the field. And the difficult thing is having a fullback or a tailback like Jim Robinson that stays in position for the pitch no matter where the ball is on the field. And he does that. And they did it early in the season against West Muskingum.
Mooney went for the fullback fake. Mager had lots of room. Here's the kick by Tommy Copas.
We got
it
a
is
ball
good.
game here.
It is 7-7, 6:22 to play in the first quarter at Ohio Stadium. A look at that last touchdown by the Sheridan Generals. First play from scrimmage. What an opening there for Kevin Mager. Mager just breaking it and then pitching it at the very last moment to Jimmy Robinson, and Jimmy had the entire sideline to himself. Touchdown number 22 on the year for Jim Robinson. Now Copas will kick it off once again for Sheridan, and the Generals must prevent the big return. Ciccaretti had that last return for Youngstown Mooney. He is deep along with Marcus Coleman. The ball is headed in the direction of Ciccaretti at the 10, the 15, straight up the middle to the 25, and he will be taken down at the 28-yard line.
We've seen Sheridan run that type of offense all year. They're a big play team, and that was a beautiful play by Kevin Mager.
A scoring drive by the Generals, one play, 55 yards. And a way to grab that momentum right back for the Generals after giving up that sustained drive to the Youngstown Mooney Cardinals. 6:10 to play in the first quarter. 7-7 ball game. First down for the Cardinals, who line up in the I formation. That up back standing just to the right of the quarterback. They'll pitch it back to Thomas. Thomas gets a little hold. Dennis Abram catches him from behind. And Abram will make the tackle at the 32.
Dennis Abram on the tackle.
Youngstown Mooney has been running to the right a lot in this first quarter of play, and they have yet to throw the football. During the regular season, quarterback Raymond Allen, a 5'11 senior, passed for just 527 yards. He completed 42% of his passes. 3 went for touchdown, 6 were intercepted. 3rd down and 6. Play action pass as Allen rolls out. He's under pressure. He gets away. Allen to the 30, the 35, and he is slammed down out of bounds by Jim Robinson, right at the 35.
What you're seeing here from Youngstown is a Indiana eye. They have their fullback right behind the quarterback, and they're using him as a blocker. He's almost like a blocking, pulling guard.
This Youngstown's defense has given up an average of 3.2 points per game. They have 6 shutouts, and they can really put the heat on the quarterback. They've recorded a team total of 18 sacks, 5 of them by left side defensive end Chris Vecchio, number 85, a first-team All-Ohioan. Man in motion for the Cardinals. They give it to Thomas. Thomas needs some short yardage, but he won't get it. Thomas forced wide, and he's taken down after a gain of only a yard to the 36-yard line.
Boy, now that's the defense that Sheridan needed right there. That's the defense they need right there.
So Mooney will be forced to punt the football. It is 4th down and 3 now. They needed 4 yards. They got only 1. Ed Thomas not getting that yardage. Ted Tinkler averages 35.6 yards per punt. Kevin Mager deep along with Blair Crossan for the return. Punt is away. Nice high one. Mager backpedaling to the 26. He's got it. Mager out to the 30-yard line, the 33-yard line, and that will be it for Kevin Mager. So the general defense holds on that possession, preventing Youngstown Mooney from obtaining a 1st down, and the Sheridan offense back out onto the field. Kevin Mager at quarterback, Sherman Carpenter, the fullback, who has played very well the last 2 weeks, Jimmy Robinson at tailback, Blair Crossan and Greg Smith, the receivers, along with tight end Doug Factor. Up front, they've done a marvelous job. Jeff Anderson, Gary Boziger, Link Remmert, Tony Taylor, and John Russell. 1st down for Sheridan. Slot back to the left side. Hand off to the fullback Carpenter, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
What Sheridan's playing against here is a 4-4 defense, or an even defense, that they've seen a lot of this year. So it's not going to be a problem for them as far as assignments are concerned.
The defensive line for Mooney not quite as big as that offensive front for Mooney. Vecchione goes 210, Tabaka 220, Zuzan 210, and Truax 207. It's going to bring up 3rd down and a long 9 for the Generals, who send both Crossan and Smith wide to the left side. Mager with a short drop, looks left. He throws left for Crossan, and it's almost intercepted by Marcus Coleman. Actually, the intended receiver was Greg Smith, and Marcus Coleman almost picked it off, and Coleman has 8 interceptions already this season.
That's the first time in the playoffs we've seen somebody play man-to-man against Greg Smith, so they must think they have a pretty talented defensive back there lined up against Greg Smith.
This defensive unit has picked off 17 passes throughout the season for Youngstown Mooney. It is 3rd down and 9 for the Generals. I formation. Mager again with a play action. Fake to Robinson. He throws short to the right side, and the play is broken up by Youngstown Mooney. It was intended for Doug Factor. The play was broken up by Joe Castle, a linebacker, a 186-pound senior.
Kevin Mager in punt formation for
Now 3rd down and 9, make it 4th down and 9 for the Generals, and Kevin Mager will punt, standing back at his own 40-yard line. Mager gets it away with no pressure. A very high punt for Kevin. A fair catch signaled for by Coleman, and he drops down on one knee at the 40-yard line.
Ball is fair caught by Marcus Coleman.
2:42 to go in the 1st quarter. Our score, Sheridan 7, Youngstown Mooney 7 in this Division III battle. Youngstown Mooney taking over in good field position at its own 40-yard line. A 47-yard touchdown march for the Cardinals on their first possession of the game gave them a 7-0 lead, but Sheridan came right back with a 55-yard run by Jim Robinson. I formation. Give to the fullback, Dean Ciccaretti, up the middle. Jamie Lentz grabs him and tugs him down with some help, but not before he picks up about 4 yards to the 44.
Dean Ciccaretti, the ball carrier. Jamie Lentz and Greg Smith on the tackle.
The general defense has gotten stronger and stronger throughout the playoffs, giving up just 7 points last week to Cincinnati Forest Park, a very explosive ball club. Time winding down. It is 2nd down and 6. Hand off to Thomas, the tailback. He's hit low. He goes down over the left side out to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 4 more.
Again, Sheridan mixing up their defense. First down there, they went to their base defense, and 2nd down, they went to an even defense. And they're stunning a lot of linebackers in there to compensate for that large offensive line.
Third down and 2 for the Cardinals. Out of the I formation, Allen with the quick snap. Spins, gives it up to Ciccaretti. Ciccaretti over the right side with running room. Should have a first down. He is over midfield to the Sheridan 46. And we have an injured general down on the football field. That is Doug Factor.
Gain of 6, first down, Mooney.
That was a pickup of 6 yards for Ciccaretti. Thomas and Ciccaretti aren't the kind of backs that will break away with the big gains on you, but it seems like they come up with 6-7 yards just about every pop into the line. They're both averaging better than 5 yards a carry throughout the season. They are not quite as explosive as some of the backs that Sheridan has seen in the playoffs. We're going to take another look on our TV side at that last play. Dean Ciccaretti, number 27, the fullback, hurdling over the right side. And Doug Factor, trying to make the tackle, got hit pretty good on the play. And Doug is still down on the football field. But Doug's one of those two-way players for the Generals. They have 8 of them. Youngstown Mooney has just 2 players going both ways on offense and defense in this game. We've already had 2 championships determined in high school football. In Division II, Akron Bukto won the state championship yesterday, beating Steubenville. And in the Division IV game, Hawken was knocked off by Columbus Academy 21-0. Doug Factor is being helped off the football field. He comes out of the action. First down and 10 for Youngstown Mooney in Sheridan territory. Allen with the long count, spins, gives it off to the fullback Ciccaretti again. Ciccaretti turns to the right side, and he is down close to the 40-yard line before being taken down by Blair Crossan. Also, Eric Ramey, number 88, in on the stop.
And Eric Ramey. Kirk Trowbridge also in on the stop.
They'll mark the football down at the 40. Kirk Trowbridge, who wears number 5, has taken the place of Doug Factor at strong safety. He lines up on the far side of the field. 2nd down and 3 for the Cardinals. 2 tight end formation. Allen hands it off to Thomas. He's hit hard right over the middle. No gain on the play.
Boy, that was a beautiful tackle.
Tony Taylor hit him first. Dennis Abram also in there along with Jimmy Robinson. No gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down. A hard hit low. They got him low first, and then they hit him high, and Thomas is going nowhere. 9 seconds to go in the quarter. Allen calls the signals on 3rd down and short. The up back goes in motion, and we're down to 2 seconds, and a flag is shown in the general backfield. It's going to go against Youngstown Mooney.
Delay a game. Yep, delay a game.
So that'll make it 3rd down and 9 now for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals may have thought that they could let the time run out in the quarter, and the officials were keeping a close watch on it.
3rd and 9, they have yet to throw the football, but they'll go with double wideouts to the left side. Bossy, number 80, the top receiver, wide left. They give it up to Thomas. No, a play action. Allen throws downfield, and it's overthrown. Intended for number 85, Chris Vecchione. Trowbridge was there on the coverage. And time has run down in the first quarter. After 1 in the Division III state championship game, our score is Sheridan 7, Youngstown Mooney 7.
We're off the air, right?
7-7 standoff after the first quarter. Youngstown came up with 4 first downs. Sheridan, no first downs. But the Generals, of course, got that one big play on their very first play from scrimmage, a 55-yard run by Jim Robinson. On 4th down and 9, the Cardinals will punt. Kevin Mager deep along with Blair Crossan for the Generals. And the punt is away, and a very poor one. Shanked off to the right. It hits at the General 25 and goes out of bounds at the Sheridan's 23-yard line. Well, Ted Tinkler has it go off the outside of his foot, and so the Generals will take it at the 23.
Out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
They'll actually mark it out at the 25. Sheridan has had the ball twice. They've run just 4 plays. Their last possession, they were forced to punt. Title games later today. Newark Catholic against Mogador this afternoon. Princeton against Youngstown Boardman. Those other 2 games were played yesterday. On 1st down for the Generals, Mager gives it off on the draw play to Robinson, who breaks it. Robinson out to the 40-yard line and tackled at the 43.
Something they've done all year. One of their base plays right there, the sprint draw. Right out of the Ohio State playbook.
Gain of 18 yards, and Robinson having a very productive start for Sheridan. Jimmy got a nice hole over the right side and got into the secondary. Another first down for the Generals as we move into the opening minutes of the second quarter. Split backs, handoff goes to Carpenter. He's hitting the backfield, and he'll be taken down for no gain. Maybe even a loss.
Jerome Carpenter was the ball carrier.
Chris Vecchione, that all-Ohio defensive end, one of the players in there for the tackle. Sheridan's defense has allowed an average of 15 points a game. The offense is averaging better than 24 points a game. That is throughout the playoffs. 2nd down and 10. Wideouts to each side for the Generals. Mager takes the snap, rolls out on the option. He's hit. He pitches the ball. It's loose. And the Generals have recovered it back at the 36.
Slippery ball.
Kevin was hit from both sides on that play and trying to get the ball to Jimmy Robinson, but the player was wedged in between both Mager and Robinson.
Kevin didn't see that linebacker coming. That very easily could have been a touchdown for Mooney.
Youngstown Mooney, number 74, a player there not on our roster. Got in the backfield, had a chance to pick up the ball. Mager rolling out now on 3rd down, under pressure, and he's not going to get away. He is sacked all the way back at the 26-yard line. Linebacker Mike Guerreri, number 52, a second-team All-Ohioan, gets Kevin Mager for the sack. That'll bring up 4th down and 26 for the Generals. I don't think I've seen Kevin Mager go down on a sack since the Dover game. The last 2 weeks he's been able to escape. Kevin will be punting now from his own 12.
That slippery field may be a factor.
High snap. Kevin's got it. He boots it away. A low kick. It will take a bounce at the 45-yard line. And the Generals will down it at the 41 of Youngstown Mooney. 9 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the first half. We've got a tie game at 7-7. Sheridan's defense has done the job the last 2 times out on the field, stopping Youngstown Mooney, forcing Mooney to punt. Jimmy Robinson has rushed for 72 yards on just 2 carries in this game for the Generals. Kevin Mager, 2 carries, minus 15 yards. First down for Youngstown. Allen fakes to the fullback, spins, he keeps it. He's out to the 45, spinning to the 47, and Kevin Mager will make the tackle.
Kevin Mager off the tackle.
Pickup of 5 yards on the first down play for Mooney, and what the Generals really want to do is force Mooney into that 2nd or 3rd and long and make them put the football in the air. They've thrown the ball only once in this contest. 2nd down and 5. Raymond Allen takes the snap, turns and pitches to Thomas. Thomas up the middle, and the Generals will stop him for very little yardage. Tim O'Ryan and John Russell bring him down.
Another change in the Sheridan defensive front that time. They ran a 5-3 stack defense and stunted their linebackers. And that's a nice changeup. Nice changeup.
Well, when Youngstown has tried the middle, Lonnie, it seems like they're not having much success up the middle. They're getting more around the ends. And that's strange for a team with such a big offensive line to not be able to blow Sheridan right off up the middle.
That's true. Sheridan staying low in there.
On 3rd down and 4.
Doesn't look like he got it.
And the run will go up the middle, and very little yardage there once again. Tony Taylor makes the tackle on the quarterback, Raymond Allen. They'll mark the football down just inside the 50. That brings up 4th down and 1. And Youngstown Mooney is going to go for it. The general crowd looking for a big defensive play. 4th down and a yard for Mooney. Allen gives to the fullback, Ciccaretti. Ciccaretti up the middle. It's going to be very close. Dennis Abrams forcing him back. Blair Crossan also in on that tackle. And it will be a 1st down for Youngstown Mooney. They give us forward progress to the 48 of Sheridan. Snowflakes coming down very lightly here in Columbus. And the wind swirling around at about 8 miles an hour. 1st down play action. Allen throws far side of the field. It is caught by the up back, and he is taken out of bounds at the 37-yard line of Sheridan.
Is complete to number 30.
The reception was made by Norm Scarazzo. Fafano and Scarazzo will alternate up the up-back positions for this Youngstown ball club. Very rarely do they carry the football. On that play, they throw to Scarazzo. It is 1st down. Hand off to the tailback, Thomas. He's got a hole over the left side, but it closes quickly. A flag is thrown as Thomas is spun down by Kevin Mager.
That flag is thrown in the area of holding. Looks like it's on Youngstown Mooney.
And that is the call.
This is a tough situation for a running team to be in long yardage.
Youngstown has 97 yards of total offense. Sheridan with 57 net yards in offense. So the 10 yards marked off for the hold. That will put the football at the Sheridan 46, where it will be 1st down and 25. Mooney has been penalized 3 times for 20 yards. Sheridan has yet to draw a flag. Vecchione split wide to the right side. Scarazzo in the slot. They'll give it to the tailback up the middle. Thomas breaking tackles. Almost spun away from another tackle. He is out to the Sheridan 39. That's a gain of 7 yards, and John Russell made the tackle. Jamie Lentz is going to check in at the nose tackle now, replacing Tony Taylor. Thomas doing a nice job of slipping away from a couple of defenders. He almost got away from Russell. 2nd down and 12. Allen keeping the ball. No, gives it off to the fullback. Ciccaretti spinning up the middle. Ciccaretti is out to the 30-yard line. And that's going to leave the Cardinals just about 3 yards away from that 1st down marker.
Another flag down. Same area.
Factor was on the tackle.
An illegal chop block is called against Youngstown Mooney. The Mooney's moving the football, but the penalties are really hurting them. A 10-yarder for holding, and now another penalty for an illegal block.
Well, they're certainly not going away from their game plan. They're a running team, and they're trying to pick up big yardage with the run. They're not going to the pass.
They have given the Generals a few different formations to look at with the wide receiver and the slot back at times, but their bread and butter formation is the two tight end lineup. 5:49 to play in the second quarter in Columbus. Youngstown Mooney scored first on its first possession, taking a 7-0 lead, but the Generals came right back on their first offensive play with a touchdown run of 55 yards by Jimmy Robinson. So we are tied at 7. Looks like we've got an equipment problem for one of the Youngstown players who will check out of the game. Problem with the helmet. Second down and 15 following the penalty. The football rests at the 43 of the Generals. Marcus Coleman split to the right, a man in the slot. Here's a play action pass by Raymond. He throws it out, and Raymond Allen's pass is overthrown, intended for Marcus Coleman at the Sheridan 25-yard line.
Real good zone coverage there. They were all around that ball. Sheridan was all around that ball.
Allen has thrown 6 interceptions this season, which is not a high number, but when you consider he hasn't put the football up in the air that many times, that is a high number.
When you put the football up in the air against Sheridan, you're going against some awful good athletes back there. Greg Smith, Kevin Mager, Doug Factor. Those are good athletes.
Factor, by the way, who is shaken up, is back in there at strong safety. Allen's gonna put it up again. He's got protection. He throws. High pass on the far sideline will be incomplete.
Good coverage again there by number 21.
That was Blair Crossan over there to break it up, but the pass wouldn't have been caught anyway. It was too high, intended for Marcus Coleman. I noticed that on some of the films I saw of Youngstown Mooney from the past couple of weeks, that the quarterback Allen has a tendency to throw the football high to his receivers. It is now 4th down and 15, and a punt coming up for Youngstown Mooney. Ted Tinkler shanked the last one. No rush by the Generals. This one very low kick, driving Blair Crossan back to the 14, crossing to the 15, running laterally, now out to the 20 and down at the 21. So penalties, the big story on that possession for Youngstown Mooney. 2 penalties marked off against them, forcing them to punt the football, and the General offense will take over.
The General ball.
5:15 to play in the half. Greg Smith split to the left. Blair Crossan split right. Carpenter and Robinson are in the eye. It's a 5-man defensive front. They'll give it off to Robinson. Wants to go up the middle. Spins off at 1 man, but he's not going to break it. Robinson stopped for no gain. Jamie Austin, one of the safeties, came up to make the tackle. Marcus Coleman, another defensive back, also in there. And we've got a Youngstown player shaken up.
And Doug Factor's limping again, but he's staying up. He came off the field, but looks like he's ready to play still.
One of the interior linemen for Youngstown Mooney, number 64. He is not listed on any of our rosters that we have collected for this football game. That may be John Zuzan, the right tackle. He is up on his feet, bending over, trying to catch his breath. He and Jimmy Robinson met head-on as Jimmy tried to go up the middle. Jimmy bounced off of the defensive lineman, bounced to the outside, but the defensive backs came up to make the tackle at the 21-yard line.
Sheridan has to run that back up the middle. They have to get that fullback and tailback up the middle so they can set up their options, set up their pass. So even if they're not making yardage, they're going to run that play to set up the passing and the option.
The Generals have mixed it up so well offensively the past several weeks in the playoffs, and it's worked beautifully. This time they'll go with 3 wide receivers on 2nd down and 11. Smith is wide to the right side. Mager looks that direction. He's got time. He throws a high pass. 1-on-1 downfield and a leaping catch, and now it's broken up. It looked like Greg Smith was going to haul it in, but at the last minute, Marcus Coleman was able to break it up.
That was a real nice route. Greg Smith's a lot taller than that defensive back. Looks like they just threw it up there and let Greg take advantage of his height.
Greg is 6 feet 5 inches tall. Coleman is only 5'10", and it almost worked. Greg had the football right in his hands, but boy, is Coleman ever a leaper.
What you see Coleman doing there right at the end is stripping the ball, pulling the arms.
3rd down and 11. Double wideouts to the right. The draw play to Robinson, right tackle. He's hit low, and he won't break free. Robinson stopped at the 21, and the Generals are going to be forced to punt the football.
It looks as if the snow's letting up, and it looks as if the field is starting to melt. So this could help Sheridan in the second half, I think, and the footing in general.
The yard line's becoming much more visible at this point as the snow does melt off the artificial turf. Mager back at his own 8 will punt the football away. And again, nice protection. Kevin gets it away. The back running up under it. Now he's going to let it roll, and it takes a nice Sheridan bounce from the 48-yard line all the way down to the 41-yard line of Mooney, where it goes out of bounds. Three minutes, 42 seconds to play in the first half. Each team scoring on its first possession of the game, but since then it's been a matter of punting for both teams. The head coach, Paul Culver, has to be happy with the play of his defense so far.
Definitely, the Sheridan's proved that they should be here. There's no doubt about that.
And actually, Sheridan's been a very strong second half team throughout the playoffs.
They certainly have.
First down for the Cardinals. Allen with the draw play to Thomas, trying to get outside, and the Generals stop it beautifully. Tony Taylor hits him for a loss on the play. Tim O'Ryan, also helping out on the tackle.
Sheridan's still mixing up their defensive fronts, and that is confusing Youngstown. Not every time, but enough to give them some good plays, and this is one of those good plays. The tackle stunning out.
Tell you, on that play, Tony Taylor was going up against number 77, Ed Surick, a 285-pounder, and Taylor did a great job. Long pass down the field, man wide open, but it's overthrown by Raymond Allen. All the way down at the Sheridan 20. The pass was intended for Sean Patterson.
Greg Smith was there. Had it been caught, he was hustling back there. He plays well off the ball. He's one of the few Sheridan men that plays well off the ball at safety to guard against any big plays like that. And he can cover some ground. He is fast.
Allen 1 out of 5 in passing. Kevin Mager 0 for 3 thus far. It is 3rd down and 11 for Mooney. The quarterback will keep it. He's hit. He breaks away from Eric Ramey, but he runs right into Dennis Abram and Sherman Carpenter for a loss on the play back to the 40.
That was an excellent defensive stand by Sheridan. Excellent. And yet it seems to me their confidence is growing defensively. If they can move the ball, it's going to be a good game.
And if they can stop the run, as they've been doing thus far, they're going to be in great shape. Eric Ramey, a left side defensive end, doing a great job on the play of forcing the quarterback back to the inside. Tinkler now for the punt. No pressure, and another low punt by Tinkler, crossing going back, but it'll be Mager who takes it at the 24. Mager can't make up his mind, hesitates, and they will converge and tackle him at the 28-yard line.
You can tell from that play, the cuts that Kevin made there, that the footing is definitely improving down there.
Yes, they all love the Sheridan Generals, who have provided us with so many fantastic moments throughout this football season. Not only Sheridan folks here, but we've got a large gathering of people from throughout the Muskingum Valley here to cheer on the Generals. 2:11 to go, first down Sheridan. Smith split right. Mager with some counter fakes, looking for Smith. He throws it short, and the pass is overthrown, intended for fullback Sherman Carpenter.
And we have a flag down on the play here. Looks like holding.
So it goes against the Generals, and that will back them up inside their own 20. Kevin has yet to complete a pass in the football game. He is now 0 for 4. On the season, Mager has thrown for 2,115 yards and 20 touchdowns. He's thrown just 4 interceptions.
Penalty against Thornville.
The line of scrimmage is now the Sheridan 19-yard line, where it will be 2nd down and 20. And Greg Smith has been contained thus far by Marcus Coleman, an outstanding defensive back. Smith lines up wide to the left, crossing wide to the right. On the passing situation, the backs are split. Mager with a short drop, quarterback draw play. He runs with it, gets a block, out to the 20. He's outside at the 25, the 30, and finally taken out of bounds near the 35-yard line.
Looks like he was hit out of bounds, so they got back some yardage onto that one, it looks like.
That would not have been enough yardage for the first down, although it was a nice gain. Kevin Mager wanted to run with that football the way it appeared to be a quarterback draw. He couldn't go up the middle, got outside, got away from one man, and had the sideline, 12-yard run down the sideline before they took him out of bounds.
They took him out of bounds too hard.
The personal foul moves the football across midfield. It's Sheridan's ball at the Youngstown 49. The Generals hoping to take the lead with this drive. 1:55 to play in the half. Two wideouts to the right, one to the left. It is Factor split left. Fake to the fullback. Mager on the option. He's caught by Vecchione. He pitches it. Robinson's got it. Robinson grabbed by the jersey, but he breaks free. Down to the 40. Jimmy Robinson tackled at the 40-yard line.
That was a tremendous run, and there's your athletic ability. Kevin Mager's all wrapped up, and he still gets that pitch, and it's an accurate pitch. It's right on the number.
That's a 9-yard pickup, but I tell you, Kevin Mager had all the Sheridan fans holding their breaths on that pitch. Vecchione, the first-team All-Ohio defensive end, had him almost down on the turf by the time he made the pitch. 2nd down and 1 for the Generals. Split backs again. Mager's going to put it up. Throwing short. It is caught by Greg Smith and then broken up. He would have had the football, but number 21, Jamie Austin, gave him a real pop, and the ball squirted free.
Well, that pop, that might affect some receivers, but that won't have any effect on Greg Smith. He's had good pops like that all year. Keeps coming right back.
And you can tell Greg Smith is not happy. He felt he should have come up with that football, but on a cold day like this and a rough hit like that, it really takes an effort to come up with that reception. 3rd down and 1 for the Generals, who go with a single running back in Robinson. 3 receivers split right. Mager has protection. Now he throws over the middle. Robinson's got it. He spins away from a man. Jim Robinson to the 30. And he is finally stopped at the 25-yard line of Youngstown Mooney.
That was a beautiful play. That's the fullback up the gut, and then he floats out there into the middle where the linebackers leave, and they drop it into him. They really spread you out, make you cover the whole field, and then drop it to the fullback. That's a beautiful play.
The Generals have called a timeout to stop the clock with 1:02 to play in the half.
1st and 10 for Thornville. The ball is at
Kevin Mager completing the pass to the lone running back in the backfield that time, Robinson. That's something the Generals went away from the past couple of weeks. They had a lot of success throwing to him against Maysville. Let's take a break. 1:03 to go in the half. Sheridan 7 and Mooney 7. First and 10 for the Generals at the Mooney 25-yard line. A 7-7 ball game. Greg Smith split to the right. The backs return to the I. Mager with a play action. Looks for Smith. He's open, and he's got it. Greg Smith at the 12-yard line, and he is tackled there.
That's Greg Smith's favorite route. A lot of receivers don't like to run into the middle and receive the ball. He is tough, and he'll take it to the middle.
Marcus Coleman was slumping off of Smith, giving him some room to work with, and Greg just hurled it back. And he comes up with a reception and another first down. Inside the 15. Draw play to Jimmy Robinson. Robinson up the middle, pounds down close to the 10.
Timeout, Sheridan.
They stop the clock with 42 seconds to go, and the Generals now will have one timeout remaining. They can afford to run about one more play, but after that they would have to throw the football to kill the clock.
Well, Sheridan has great success putting the ball in when they get this close. Of course, this is a terrific defense they're going against.
What would you think, Lonnie, on this, with one timeout remaining, they can run the ball once. Would you think maybe Mager would try the option play again here?
I would hate to guess what they're going to do. Paul Culver is a very unpredictable coach, and that's what makes them successful. He is very unpredictable.
Sheridan now has more total yards than Youngstown. 110 yards for the Generals, 97 yards for the Cardinals. And Sheridan has come up with a nice sustained drive on this possession. The Generals started all the way back at their own 28-yard line, and they're now down to the 10. Actually, they're going to put it down at about the 11, so the Generals can pick up a first down without reaching the end zone.
So this is classic Sheridan football. There's just no doubt about that.
Coach Culver is back on the sideline. Let's see what the Generals come up with. Greg Smith, split left, crossing on the slot on the left side. The backs are split. Mager with the short drop. Looking, he has protection. Now he runs out of the pocket, throws on the run, a man is open, and he slips in the end zone. That could have been a touchdown for Blair Crossan, but he lost his footing. He was open.
Oh, he was really... When he put on the brakes, he fell down. Kevin sure is a cool customer standing back there with the ball, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And again, he had to scramble with the football, and he still has his composure enough to direct the receivers, telling them where to run downfield. And Sheridan's receivers don't usually come back to the football. You brought that point up last week against Forest Park. They'll, instead of coming back toward the ball, a lot of times they'll break it deeper or cut it toward the sideline.
Yeah, it seems as if they practice broken plays.
Kevin Mager, no question, is the king of improvisation when it comes to quarterbacking.
That's athletic ability. It's something you can't coach. But coaching the receivers to break it off in the right direction, and it's something that they've learned by working with Kevin as long as they have. These kids have been together a long time.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Generals with 35 seconds on the clock, and the football is at the Youngstown Mooney 11. The field is almost clear now totally of the snow, and the cloud cover overhead seems to be breaking up just a little bit. 2nd down and 10. Blair Crossan lines up to the right. Greg Smith split left, and the backs are split. On 2nd and 10, Mager drops back. Short drop, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked back at the 20-yard line. Number 64 in there again, and again, we cannot identify that player, but he's playing a heck of a game. And number 85, Chris Vecchio, on the left side defensive end, make the sack. Clock running, 15 seconds to go. The Generals line it up. I formation from the 18-yard line. Mager with a play action. He's under pressure. He gets away from a man. Kevin under pressure again. He throws, and it's batted down. 2 seconds to play in the half. Now the Generals are not even in field goal range of those 2 defensive plays, big plays by Youngstown Mooney.
Well, our score clock here in the stadium was inaccurate. That was a 4th down play, and we were looking at the score clock for the down. So Sheridan turns the ball over there. They were going all out for the touchdown at that point right there.
It's an unfortunate change in circumstances for Sheridan. The Generals had a first down at the 11-yard line with about a minute to go, but the defense rises to the occasion for Youngstown Mooney.
That drive had to give him some confidence there, Scott. Definitely had to give him some confidence.
And what really helped Mooney, too, is they knew Sheridan had to throw the football, so they could go after Kevin Mager, and they put the pressure on Kevin. But had Blair Crossan not slipped in the end zone about a minute ago, the scoreboard might read differently for Sheridan.
Hopefully at halftime they can clear some of this excess snow off the field and improve the footing even more. If that's the case, I believe it will help Sheridan more than it will Youngstown Mooney.
Youngstown's offense still huddled up at the 8-yard line. Sheridan's defense is already spread out on the field. All they have to do is prevent the touchdown. There's just 2 seconds left on the clock. Youngstown Mooney comes out of the huddle. Marcus Coleman, a speedster who wears number 22, split wide to the right side. Crossan will pick him up short. They're going to hand it off on the draw play. Ed Thomas, the tailback, is going nowhere. The Generals tackle him at the 15, and we have reached the end of the first half. After 2 quarters of play, they head to the locker room, tied up. Sheridan 7, Youngstown Mooney 7. So our halftime score, Sheridan 7, Youngstown Mooney 7. The Sheridan band on the field. Let's go down and enjoy the halftime entertainment. Outstanding halftime performance by the Sheridan Marching Band. Our halftime score in Columbus is Sheridan 7, Youngstown Mooney 7. And we'll be back with more in just a moment. Time at Ohio State. Nice crowd on hand to watch this Division III state championship football game as the Sheridan Generals and Youngstown Mooney Cardinals tied up at 7 apiece. Both teams out from the locker room and loosening up, getting ready for the second half. Halftime statistics, 4 first downs for Sheridan, and that's incorrect. But we have a total of 4 first downs for Sheridan and 6 first downs for Youngstown Mooney. Yards rushing, 85 for Youngstown, 73 for Sheridan. Yards passing, 10 for Youngstown, 29 for Sheridan. Total yards, 95 for Youngstown, 102 yards for Sheridan. Neither team has turned the football over. Sheridan has been penalized just once for 10 yards, and Youngstown Mooney 5 penalties for 50 yards. Take a look back at the first half highlights in this one. The Generals, designated as the home team, coming out of the locker room in front of a large gathering of Sheridan fans. Head coach Paul Culver had his troops ready to play once again today. First drive of the game belonged to Mooney and fullback Dean Ciccaretti would score on a 5-yard touchdown run capping off a 47-yard drive for the Cardinals, who would lead 7-0. But the first play for Sheridan, they strike it big. A nice play here, Lonnie. Kevin Mager with a great pitch to Jim Robinson.
This is athletic ability at its best. You just can't coach this. Something that Sheridan's done ever since Kevin Mager's been a quarterback.
It was a 55-yard touchdown run. Mager covered 10, and boy, did the Sheridan fans love that one. A 55-yard run for Robinson, and the game tied at 7. But from then on, it was a punting duel. Sheridan would run this play to Jimmy Robinson. Robinson had an outstanding first half, gaining 80 yards on just 6 carries. Raymond Allen, the Mooney quarterback, has had little success throwing the ball. He did complete this pass to Nick Scarazzo for short yardage. Kevin Mager has run the option play quite a bit today. Another pitch to Jimmy Robinson, but this time the defense of Youngstown Mooney would stop it much better than they did the previous time. Only a short gain for Robinson. Kevin Mager has not had a lot of success with the passing game. He did find Greg Smith for 1 reception for Smith in the ball game. That Mooney defense has put pressure on Kevin Mager throughout most of the first half of play. At times, Kevin has managed to get away. On this occasion, he was forced to throw the football away to avoid the sack. So the two teams went into the locker rooms, tied up 7-7, and we are ready for the third quarter kickoff. Kevin Mager, by the way, completed 2 of 8 passes in the first half. If the Generals can get the passing game going on offense, that'll help out the running game and give them an opportunity to put some points up on the board. Tinkler to kick it off, a low-line drive kick taken by one of the upbacks at the 25-yard line. That is Abrams picking his way out to the 38-yard line. That's the second time Dennis Abram has returned to kickoff for the Generals.
The field condition has improved a great deal. If you saw the first half highlights and just joined us, you can see that the field has improved quite a bit.
First and 10, Thornville. Their own 38.
First down, Generals. First play of the second half. At the 38-yard line. Crossan split left. Smith split right. Fake to the fullback on the option. Mager with a hole. Mager to the 45. Finally spun down at the 48-yard line of Sheridan.
Excellent faking there. Excellent faking. That's a true option, by the way, in which Kevin can give the ball to the fullback. If he sees that the defensive end is biting on the fullback, he pulls it out and runs it.
He got a nice block from fullback Sherman Carpenter that sprung in the play open for Kevin. And Joe Castle, number 83, a linebacker, came over to make the stop. It's going to be very close to the first down. They'll bring the chains out from the far side of the field all the way to the near sideline for the measurement. And the Generals are inches shy. But it is only second down. Second down and inches for the Generals from the 48-yard line of Sheridan. Greg Smith will line up wide to the right side. Number 88, Eric Ramey, split to the left, and the slot back Crossan lining up wing right. Carpenter and Kennedy, the backs, will line up in the I. They wait for the change to get reset, and now we're underway. Mager calls the signals. He fakes to the fullback Carpenter, under some pressure. He throws out on the right flat. It's caught by Blair Crossan. Crossan hauls it in at the 44-yard line of Youngstown Mooney.
Youngstown was looking for the run up the gut. They sent both linebackers at the quarterback. They almost got the quarterback. Kevin took a good shot on that play. But he got it off.
It's a gain of 7, a first down for Sheridan. Kevin had to throw the football over the defensive back. Blair Crossan was behind the back. And the ball just over the outstretched arms of the safety, Jamie Austin. First down, Generals now in Youngstown Mooney territory. Tie ball game at 7-7, 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Crossan goes in motion. Mager gives it to the fullback Carpenter on the quick hitter over the right side, and Sherman advances the ball to the 43.
Sherman Carpenter was the ball carrier.
It's a gain of 1. Mooney has stopped that play throughout the game, and that's a play that was very successful for Sheridan the last 2 weeks.
Mooney's still playing a pretty tight man-to-man defense there on Greg Smith. Been successful for him in the first half. He's an awful tough man to keep off the scoreboard.
2nd down and 8 for the Generals. Factor split to the right side. A play action for Mager. Under pressure. Rolls out. He's in trouble. And they're going to sack him. 3 Youngstown Mooney defenders will bring him down right at midfield.
They've been putting good pressure on Kevin. That's been a major factor in keeping Kevin from getting the ball long. I look for him to try some more short stuff and get the fullback out there and hit him maybe.
Right tackle John Zuzan, number 70, was one of the players in there, along with linebacker Mike Guerreri. Guerreri, a 2nd-team All-Ohio linebacker. And watch for him, number 52, blitzing right up the middle. So with the loss of yardage, it's 3rd down and 16 for the Generals right at midfield. 3 receivers to the right and the 1-back setup. Mager with the deep drop, looking. He's under pressure. He rolls out, and he's going to be sacked back at the 40, make it the 35-yard line of Sheridan. Barry Jones made the sack, and number 64 is having a heck of a game for Youngstown Mooney.
It looked as if they were trying to set up a screen pass there, but I'm not sure.
It really did, because Kevin took such a deep drop that it looked like the screen. He had a lot of players in front of him, but he couldn't pick out a receiver to dump the ball off to. So the Generals are forced to punt. Mager at his own 20-yard line. He will get it away with no pressure, but a very short punt. Bouncing laterally at the 50-yard line. Still rolling, and the Generals will finally knock it down at the 43. Make it the 48. So the defensive pressure does the trick again for Youngstown Mooney. The Generals have been moving the ball, but a couple sacks, and Sheridan punts it away. 8:37 to play in the game. Youngstown Mooney 7, Sheridan 7. Youngstown's ball at the 47, a hand up to the fullback, Ciccaretti. Nice blocking over the right side. Ciccaretti over the 50 to the Sheridan 46-yard line.
Again, Sheridan was in their 53 defense, which puts a lot of people inside the tackles. And you can see that Youngstown is having success angling outside the tackle with the ball carrier and picking up good yardage there.
That's a gain of 7 yards. 2nd down. Back to the 2 tight end formation, the triple I, and the handoff to Ed Thomas, and he's hit low and taken down. Close to the 44-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 2. So a 3rd and 2 play coming up for Youngstown Mooney. The Cardinals have the wind at their back. And on 3rd and 2, they go with the 2 tight end formation. The handoff goes to Ciccaretti. The fullback's got the first down. Breaking tackles over the right side. And the Generals will finally stop him at the 36. Free safety Greg Smith finally put a halt to Dean Ciccaretti.
Mooney's not going away from their game plan. They're keeping the ball on the ground and grinding it out.
They only needed 2, but Ciccaretti got him 9, and Ciccaretti got most of those on his own. However, an excellent block on Johnny Russell, number 69 of the Generals. All-Ohio and Mike Cleaver pushing him back. First down, a handoff on the counter play, going to Ciccaretti again, spinning over the 30-yard line to the Sheridan 28.
Sheridan gambling there, blitzed both linebackers, and the linebackers ran by the ball carrier.
So the Cardinal offense is starting the 2nd half as it did the 1st half, coming out with a nice sustained drive on offense. Second down and 3. See the up back right behind the quarterback. Quick snap. Ciccaretti rolls out with a bootleg. He's under pressure. Spins back to the other side. Nice. And he's hit and taken down for a loss back to the 32.
That could have been a big loss.
Dennis Abram, number 22, was in on the tackle. Eric Ramey and John Russell also in there.
Ball at the
It's a loss of 4 yards. It's 3rd down and 6. And that play was made really by the right side defensive end of Sheridan, who forced the quarterback back toward the middle of the field. Hand off Ciccaretti. Ciccaretti got a hole over the left side, down to the 25, and he may have lost the football.
He did lose the football, but we can't see who got it.
Youngstown Mooney has recovered. Left guard Brian Lyons, number 54, has recovered for the Cardinals.
That was a real good cutback.
Ciccaretti's been an impressive runner in this game. 6 feet tall, 185 pounds. He is a senior. Tailback Thomas is also a senior, and so is the quarterback Allen. First down. Mooney hands it off, trying to get to the outside. The tailback Thomas, he does, but he is hit hard and taken out of bounds at the 15, which will be close to a first down.
Greg Smith on the tackle, the safety. Youngstown Mooney looked as if they offset their eye to the side that the return is going to take the ball. They offset that eye to the right that time.
5:03 to play in the 3rd quarter, which is rapidly running down as Youngstown Mooney continues to run with the football. In the Indiana eye, the handoff again to Ciccaretti, again the right side, and a nice surge again by the offensive line. They clear away for Ciccaretti down to the 10.
Eric Brady and Blair Carlson on the tackle.
An offensive line that averages 234 pounds for Youngstown Mooney. Dave Tabacca is the right guard at 220. Mike Cleaver, the right tackle, at 242. Rod Streetcheck, the center, at 206. 2nd down and 6. Allen hands it off again to Ciccaretti, who dives over the middle, and the Generals cut him down for a gain of only a yard.
Blair Carlson on the tackle.
Sheridan that time went ahead and got into their goal line defense. So they had people setting in those gaps, coming hard and low, and chopped the back down right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. The ball's on the right side, hash mark. The Cardinals come out of the huddle. Fake to Ciccaretti, the quarterback option. The pitch to Thomas. Thomas down near the end zone, and he's in the corner for a touchdown. Eddie Thomas gets into the end zone for the first time today, and the Cardinals take a 13-7 lead. Ciccaretti had been getting the football repeatedly on this series up the middle. They faked to him, ran the option to the right side of the field, and Thomas made it into the end zone untouched. Here's the try for the extra point attempt. Jones is the kicker. The placement is down. The kick is a low one, but it is good. There is a penalty marker down on the kick. Another look at the touchdown run. The fake to the fullback up the middle. And Eddie Thomas with excellent speed getting outside. Jimmy Robinson just a little late in getting there to try to take him out of bounds. The call, the penalty is offside against Sheridan.
There's an enforcement penalty on the
kick was good by Youngstown Mooney.
Looks as if they may go for the 2 points.
Now that's strange. I don't know many coaches who give away points.
Very seldom you see a coach take points off the board.
So it's going to amount to about 1.5 yards for the 2-point conversion.
Big play.
2 tight ends into the lineup. Allen hands it off to Ciccaretti, and he didn't make it.
That was a big play.
German Carpenter brings him down. So take the point off the board. It's Youngstown Mooney 13, Sheridan 7 with 3:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. I believe they did. It is just a 6-point lead for Youngstown Mooney. And let's hope that that play comes back to haunt the Cardinals. They give up the 1 point, went for 2 and didn't get it. On the kick, the ball gets between the hands of the Generals. The ball down at the 5-yard line. Running with the football is Kevin Mager, and he's tackled at the 3. That was one of those knuckleballers that just bounced right over the return men for Sheridan. So the Generals have a long way to go. Actually, it was Chris Sagan who came up with the football. So the Generals will start from just inside their own 5-yard line.
Well, we saw Sheridan drive the ball 90-some yards a couple weeks ago. I'm sure they can do it again.
Let's see if they go back to the option play. Smith split wide right, crossing out wide to the right as well. Factor split left. Mager fakes to Carpenter. He rolls. He spins inside, and he will get maybe a yard on the option. He couldn't pitch to the tailback Robinson because he was covered on the play. So Kevin had to eat the ball.
They tried to spread Youngstown out there. Youngstown stayed with 7 people inside, so that gave him a good opportunity to play the run.
The football is just inside the 6. It is 2nd down and 9. Same formation. Factor split left. Smith and Crossan to the right. The backs in the eye. A 4-man defensive front. Fake to Carpenter. Mager runs the option to the other side. Mager, he's hit. The ball squirts loose. It goes through the end zone and out of the end zone. See, it's a safety. I don't know if Kevin was trying to pitch that ball to Robinson or if it just squirted free.
It looked as if he was trying to pitch it, and that time he was wrapped up pretty good. He was trying to pitch it.
We'll get a look on our TV side once again. This time they went the other way with the option, and Jones, number 64, was there again. Mager again. He had 3 players on his back. He was going down. They were stripping at the football, and the ball just squirted away. Went through the end zone and out of the end zone for the safety.
Well, Robinson was in front of him, and it would have been an illegal forward pass.
Not like Kevin Mager, though, to pitch a ball in that situation where he really had very little chance of getting the pitch into the hands of Robinson, and with the ball so deep in their own territory. It's really hard to tell if he was trying to pitch it or if it just squirted away as he was being tackled.
You're right. It is hard to tell.
Now the scoreboard reads Mooney 15, Sheridan 7. That is a big play. And the Generals will kick the ball away on the free kick. That play comes with 2:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter. That last touchdown drive, by the way, for Youngstown, 53 yards in 10 plays. So far, Youngstown's gotten the better end of the specialty team plays with a big kickoff return to start the game. They've done a nice job of covering the returns of Sheridan to this point. They pinned Sheridan back at its own 5 on that last kickoff. Now Mager with the free kick for the Generals. It will bounce at the 40, take a tremendous roll for the Generals, down to the 25. It is grabbed by Ciccaretti. Ciccaretti running laterally. Ciccaretti around the corner to the 30, the 35, and he's taken out of bounds on the far side of the field by Doug Factor.
Sheridan's got to come out there and play some tough defense. Got to get the ball back and put some points on the board. There's only 2:21 left on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
Well, knowing the Generals, they're not going to let us get them down because they've come back so many times throughout the playoffs.
They sure have, and we have a penalty here. Flipping.
A clip on the return by the Cardinals, so they will start from their own 20-yard line. Boy, it looked like Youngstown Mooney would get great field position off the free kick, but then the tremendous roll on the punt and now the penalty, and they start at their own 20. 2 tight ends. Mix up in the backfield as the quarterback and Ciccaretti collide. Ciccaretti tries to get outside, and Mager is there to bring him down for a loss. We also have penalty markers down.
It's in the area of holding again. These penalties have really hurt Youngstown.
Kevin Mager this week was named to the All-Ohio first team as a defensive back, and there's no question he's played like an All-Ohioan as a defensive back throughout the playoffs. A lot of us disappointed that he didn't earn honors as a quarterback as well.
Well, he's certainly one of the best quarterbacks I've seen this year.
Kevin makes a lot of sure-handed tackles, too. You don't see many ball players slip away from him.
He's an excellent football player. Either side of the ball.
Now the holding penalty now moves the ball back to the 9-yard line.
Kevin Mayer's the kind of player coaches dream about. He can do just about anything. Very seldom makes a mistake.
7 penalties for 75 yards against Youngstown Mooney now. 1:58 to play in the third quarter. Youngstown 15, Sheridan 7. Hand off to the tailback Thomas. Over the right side, he gets out to the 10. Eric Ramey, one of the first people to hit him.
Eric Ramey and Blair Crossett on the tackle.
Eric Ramey's done a great job at defensive end since replacing Lance Dupler. Lance went down the final couple weeks of the regular season. Lance himself, a tremendous football player.
And a very good receiver.
Yeah.
They miss him offensively a great deal.
2nd down and 20 from the 10. Fake to the fullback, the quarterback option, and Allen is caught from behind. He did advance the ball out to the 16. Dennis Abram got him low. Tony Taylor got him high.
Dennis Abram.
Sheridan, again, their quickness, they're really taking advantage of the little bit slower offensive lineman for Youngstown. Dennis Abram is really quick.
It is now 3rd down and 14. High formation. Sweep play. Pitch goes to the tailback Thomas, and he's upset by Blair Crossan.
What a tackle. Beautiful tackle.
Blair hit him below the waist and made him do a flip right at the 17-yard line, and so the general defense is held, and Mooney will punt.
Even without the penalty, that was a good defensive series for Sheridan.
Watch Blair Crossan, number 21, left side of your screen, come in. He was untouched, and he made the tackle on Thomas. Now, the punting game has not been very solid thus far. A high snap. The punter gets it away, and this is about his best punt of the game thus far. Out to the 48, Blair Crossan's got it, and he is taken down immediately. They'll mark him down at the 50.
Well, considering that Sheridan had the ball on the 5-yard line the last series, this is good field position in midfield.
It's an 8-point difference on the scoreboard, and really a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. We've got a tie game. So that extra point attempt that Mooney turned down moments ago has been a big difference, a big boost to Sheridan. We have come to the end of the third quarter. Our score is Youngstown Mooney 15, Sheridan 7. Fourth quarter action now. The pitch goes to Jimmy Robinson. Robinson gets outside to the 45. A nice block to the 40, and they'll finally stop him at the 33-yard line. The first down play goes for big yardage, and now the Generals deep in Youngstown Mooney territory.
That's Sheridan's counter option where they fake the fullback trap up the gut, I believe, and come back to the weak side.
I tell you, a guy who made a great block on that play, too, is split end Greg Smith.
He's a good athlete.
He got Robinson an additional 7 yards with a block. First down, Generals at the 32. Crossan will go in motion. And the handoff to the fullback. Sherman Carpenter spins away from a man at the line of scrimmage, and Carpenter works his way inside the 30 to the 29.
Now, that was the same action they used on the last play, except that Kevin kept the ball and ran the option.
We had a couple of players shaken up on that play. One for the Generals, one for Youngstown Mooney. And it looks like for Sheridan, a player has lost his contact lens. That would be guard Link Remmert, number 60, and they're looking for his contact lens Somewhere between the 30 and the 35 it lies. There's no snow out there to fight through, but they're looking for it. Link Remmert. Let's see, Link's going to come out of the game. And Jacob Hill, who wears number 61, will go into lineup and take Link's place.
It's going to be second down.
Sheridan's ball at the Youngstown Mooney 29, where it is second down and 7. Back to the one-back setup with Carpenter, the running back. That's Ramey in motion. Mager under pressure. He's in trouble. He throws it high in the air, and it will sail out of bounds over the head of Blair Crossan, and Blair was double-teamed at the 10.
We have a holding penalty on Sheridan. Youngstown's had a great deal of success putting pressure on Kevin Mager. We haven't seen a lot of pressure on Kevin this year. People have had trouble getting through that offensive line.
What surprises me, too, is Coach Culver had mentioned in the pregame, Youngstown Mooney has a tremendous rush. So two things they might have to do in this game to slow down that rush is use some screen plays and some draw plays, and we've seen very little of that, really, in this game.
That's right.
I can't recall a screen play to this point, and it appeared in the first half they attempted one, but it really didn't develop. So with the penalty against the Generals, the football moves all the way back to the 46, and just as they did on their last series, the Generals are moving backward because of the great defensive pressure by that front four of Youngstown Mooney. Third down, 17. Crossing wide left, Smith. Right, and we've got flags shown before the play. And the Generals are going to be backed up even further. Illegal procedure against Sheridan.
Second down.
And we've been informed it is second down for the Generals, so that's good news, but the Generals have a long way to go. They're now back on their own side of the 50 at the 49. An obvious passing situation, but can they keep the pressure off Kevin Mager? They're back to the I formation. Mager fakes the draw play, under pressure, throws it. There's the screen to Robinson. Robinson at the 50, but he's not going to get very far. Tackled at the 45-yard line of Youngstown Mooney.
That screen pass was set up real well. The Youngstown cornerbacks, outside linebackers, stayed home and then came inside behind the blockers to make the tackle.
Joe Cassell, number 83, was the linebacker who got in there for the stop. So now from the 45-yard line, it's 3rd and 23 for the Generals. Wideouts to each side, and Blair Crossan will go in motion to the right. Mager hands it off on the draw to Robinson, and he's hit immediately and sacked for a loss back to the 49. And again, it is number 83, Joe Castle, who brought him down.
Youngstown was looking for that in that situation. Something that Sheridan has that a lot of teams don't try is a double screen where the quarterback drops straight back and he has the option of screening the ball to either side. We haven't seen that play yet.
Sherman Carpenter, the Generals fullback, is up and hobbling on the field. He is going to come out. We will watch the replay on our TV side of number 32, Carpenter. He was trying to block for Robinson, and one of the players cut him down, got him on the side of his leg. So he's out of there. And if he can't play, Dennis Abram would take his spot at fullback. Kevin Mager now to punt it away, and he shanks it poorly. Very short kick. It will come to the near sideline and sail out of bounds at the 45, which is going to be about a 5-yard boot.
Mager's punt goes out of bounds at the 45. Mooney's ball, 1st and 10.
Well, that couldn't have come at a worse time for the Generals.
No, it surely could.
9:40 to play in the game. Youngstown Mooney leads Sheridan 15-7. The General defense has got to come through again.
They've got to play defense right here. They've got to stomp in here and make them come.
That power I formation. It's the tailback, Thomas. He gets outside. Thomas at the 50, the 45, and chased down from behind at the 39-yard line of Sheridan.
Greg Smith ran him down. Sheridan safety. Very, very fast.
That was a play by Greg Smith.
Thomas picks up 16 yards on the carry. A nice block by the up back and then the fullback, number 27, Ciccaretti on Blair Crossan, which sprung Thomas to the outside. First down once again for the Cardinals. And up to the fullback, Ciccaretti, and the play will be whistled dead. Flags thrown from all directions. The call is illegal procedure against the Cardinals. To the 5 yards marked off. It'll be first down from the Sheridan 44-yard line. First and 15. Two tight end formation. Play action as the quarterback rolls out. Allen's going to run with it up the middle. He sprints to the 40, the 35, and down to the Sheridan 34. Eric Ramey made the tackle along with Jim Robinson. It's the best running play that Raymond Allen, the quarterback, has had in the game. He picked up about 10, and they'll need another 5 for the first down. That was a heck of a fake by Allen, who rolled out with the ball on his hip and then sprinted up the middle. Second down and 5. They give to Ciccaretti. Nice opening over the right side. He's got a first down. Ciccaretti is down to the 24. Tim O'Ryan and Greg Smith made the tackle.
You have to give Youngstown credit here. They're certainly not going away from what's successful for them.
This Youngstown team has lost just once all year. That was to Cleveland St. Joseph, a Division I power, which was ranked #1 in the state at the end of the year. First down for the Cardinals. That's a Sheridan 24. Allen hands it off to the tailback, Thomas. Thomas will pick up about 5 more up the gut. They give him close to the 20.
Jamie Lentz and Russell on the stop.
8:13 to go. Still plenty of time, but the Generals cannot afford to give up any more points on this drive. 15-7. The Generals need a touchdown and a conversion. The Sheridan fans haven't given up, chanting, "Go Big Red." Second down and 6 for the Cardinals. Allen takes the snap, hands it off to Ciccaretti. He wants to go up the middle. He cannot. He is dropped down by Dennis Abram right at the line of scrimmage.
Sheridan again messing up their defense, giving Youngstown a lot of different looks, trying to confuse them.
That brings up third down and 5. The Cardinals are out of field goal range for them. They do not have the greatest kicking game. Third down and 5. Again, the two tight ends. The quarterback, Raymond Allen, follows Ciccaretti over the right side, and he is down to the 12-yard line. And that should be enough for another first down.
Good faking there by the quarterback, and he just kept the ball and followed the blockers right into the hole.
Ciccaretti's turned out to be an excellent blocker, number 27. He had a nice hole to run through, and Allen would follow him over the right side. Jimmy Robinson made the tackle. So,
Sheridan needs a break here.
First down. Allen hands it off to Thomas. The tailback has a blocker as he gets outside to the 10, and he's dragged down from behind at the 8-yard line. Jamie Lentz, the nose tackle, brought him down. But Youngstown Mooney is threatening to put some more points up on the board. And the snow is starting to come down once again.
5 yards.
Kind of a wet snow coming down in Columbus. Late substitution made by the Generals on second down and 6. The ball is at the 8. Allen hands it off. Ciccaretti pounding over the right side down to the 5. The General defense very slow in getting up now. Eric Ramey made the tackle, and maybe that size is starting to wear down the Generals. It is 3rd down and 3. They can get a first down at the 2. That Indiana I formation. The handoff to the tailback, Thomas. Starts left, cuts up the middle, and he will go into the end zone standing up.
Nice hole. Looks as if that large offensive line is taking its toll.
Eddie Thomas gets his 2nd touchdown of the game, a 5-yard run. That makes the score 21-7, and we've got a Youngstown player shaken up on the field. That score comes with 5:27 left in the game. And now 2 factors against the Generals besides the clock. The weather is turning bad again. That could hinder the passing game. You know they're going to have to put it in the air. And 2, the defense has just put pressure on Kevin Mager all game long, and they're going to be going after him, knowing he's going to have to throw it. A 9-play, 55-yard scoring march for Youngstown Mooney. And the Cardinals would just pound it into the end zone. Eddie Thomas started left and cut back to the right side. Nice cutback.
Yeah, the play was designed to come to the left, come off tackle left, but he just took the seam, cut it back. Sheridan hustling, and looking like in that situation they may have been overplaying and overrun the ball carrier there.
Mike Cleaver, number 75, the right tackle, made a great block on that play for Mooney. Now the injured player for Youngstown Mooney, number 34, Frank Bafano, one of the upbacks. That took 4 minutes off the clock with that drive for Youngstown Mooney. This time they are going to go for 1.
Brian Jones will attempt the extra point.
Brian Jones has made 2 extra point attempts in 2 tries, but the second one they took away and went for 2 after the penalty. Snap is perfect, and again we've got flags, so this one will be stopped. Offside, Sheridan.
Enforcement penalty against Sheridan.
Now let's see if they go with 2 again. Looks like they are. They're going to go for 2. Only this time they did not get a chance to kick the extra point. 21-7 is the current score in favor of Youngstown Mooney with 5:27 to play. This game is tied at the half. It's 7-all. Here's the conversion try. Thomas scored the last conversion for the Cardinals. This time it's Ciccaretti faking up the middle, and the quarterback, Allen, follows him into the end zone. So it's now a huge deficit for the Generals. 5:27 to go. Youngstown Mooney, 23. Sheridan, 7. Youngstown Mooney, we are underway as the kick is taken at the 7-yard line. The ball being returned by Chris Sagan, and Sagan taken down pretty hard at the 22-yard line. So it comes down to this. The Generals need 2 touchdowns, 2 two-point conversions just to tie the game, and there's only 5 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock.
Well, with talented athletes like Sheridan has, I'd never count them out.
The Generals needed a touchdown against Dover. They had just a minute and a half to go. They came up with that touchdown, and they did it in less than a minute in the first playoff game. Came back from a 14-0 deficit against Ironton 2 weeks ago. They've got a long way to go right now. Sheridan fans have not given up. The Generals have to give Kevin Mager a little bit of time. That pressure has really been something from the defense of Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. So first down from the 23. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Mager gives to the fullback Carpenter. A little hole there, but not much, and Sherman is stopped at the 26. He got 3.
Jamie Mendez on the tackle.
Well, Youngstown's defense definitely knows that Sheridan's going to have to put the ball up, so they're going to be playing the pass and putting pressure on the quarterback.
Marcus Coleman, number 22, will pick up Greg Smith. If the Generals could only get the ball to Smith, they've done it just twice in the game. On the quarterback option, Mager starts left, has to run back to the right side under some pressure, and 3 Cardinal players will sack him back at the 23.
Very disciplined defense they're going against. Very seldom do you see their outside linebackers out of position or their defensive backs. Notice their defensive backs and their cornerbacks staying home. Number 65, staying home.
And the ends and the outside linebackers on those option plays are not letting Mager get around the corner. 3rd down and 9 for the Generals. High formation. Mager fakes the draw play, has a little time, throws it high and deep downfield for Smith. Smith over the shoulder, and he can't haul it in. Greg Smith one-on-one with Marcus Coleman at the 40. That ball was thrown a little bit underthrown. Smith tried to adjust to the ball but couldn't come up with it.
Kevin took quite a shot on that play. He held the ball until the last second.
That brings up 4th down and 9, and the Generals are going to punt the football. At least they line up in punt formation, and Mager is the punter. I take that back. It's going to be Greg Smith dropping back. And Smith gets this one away. A low, deep kick, however. A line drive takes a Sheridan bounce from the 30 inside the 25 to the 22. That'll stop the clock with 3:33 to play. Youngstown Mooney has not turned the ball over in the game. They have fumbled it once, but they recovered their own fumble.
It's just not the kind of offense that's going to give up any turnovers, or many turnovers. And a few first downs here, and the clock will run out.
To the team and coaches on the track immediately in front of the stands.
The Cardinals come out to the line of scrimmage at their own 27. No question, they will keep the ball on the ground. Dean Ciccaretti, the fullback, up the middle, and he runs right into Jamie Lentz, and Lentz, the much smaller player, stops him in his tracks.
Jamie Lentz on the tackle.
He carried to the 24 for a gain of 2, and we are under 3 minutes. They got away from the Generals in the 3rd quarter on a safety. Sheridan had the ball at its own 5. Mager running the option. Lost the football. It went out of the end zone for a safety. Youngstown Mooney then came back with a touchdown. Hand off to the tailback, Thomas. He's hit from behind, and Dennis Abram will bring him down at the 27.
22, Dennis Abram.
A pickup of 3 more for the Cardinals. Now 2:22 left in the game. The Generals have to hold here, get the ball, score a quick touchdown, and look for the onside kick. That's about their only hope. Handoff goes to Ed Thomas. The sweep on the right side gets a great block from Ciccaretti. He gets outside to the 35-yard line, and he has picked up a first down.
Greg Smith on the tackle.
That play has been real successful for them this half, and I'm not sure if it's a design play or the back is just running the ball sideways and waiting for a seam. It looks as if he's improvising.
Ciccaretti and Thomas complement each other very well. Ciccaretti's made some fabulous blocks in this game. 1:47 to go. The Generals still have some timeouts remaining, but they're in deep trouble. The football is at the Youngstown 34, where it is first down. Allen takes the snap, hands it off to Ciccaretti. He's got a little hole over the right side. He dances over the 35 to the 36.
Ciccaretti carried the ball. Blair Crossan on the tackle.
We have an injured General down on the field. Head coach Paul Culver, the rest of the Sheridan coaching staff going out to the field to check on the injured player. So the clock stops with 1:22 to play in the game. The injured player is down on his back.
Difficult to tell who it is from here.
Difficult to pinpoint the injury. Here is the way the scoring has gone in this football game. Youngstown Mooney scored on its first possession. The Cardinals would get a 5-yard touchdown run from Dean Ciccaretti. They took a 7-0 lead. The Generals came back on their very first play of the game. On the option play, Jimmy Robinson took the pitch and went 55 yards for a Sheridan touchdown, so the game tied early on at 7-7. Neither team scored in the second quarter of play. In the third quarter, Ed Thomas, the tailback from Mooney, scored on a 10-yard run. The Cardinals went for the conversion, and they got it, making the score 13-7 with 3:45 to play in the third quarter. The Cardinals then came up with a safety on the option play. Kevin Mager lost the football. It rolled through the Sheridan end zone for the safety. And then Mooney later came back with another touchdown run of 5 yards by Ed Thomas. Tony Taylor is the injured General, and he is up and a little bit groggy as he walks off the field. He's in some pain. So Tony Taylor comes out of the lineup for the Generals. And the clock will start to run once again. 1:20 to play in the game. Youngstown Mooney, 23, Sheridan 7. The Cardinals maybe just seconds away from their 4th state championship. They won the AAA title in 1973 and Division II championships in 1980 and 82. They lost here 2 years ago to Gallion in the championship game.
It looks as if Youngstown Mooney has taken a delay of game and brought in their second unit.
Yes, the entire first team goes off to the sideline. Second team out on the field. It is just second down. The clock is stopped with 59 seconds to play. And the General fans uncharacteristically quiet.
Youngstown here giving an opportunity for their younger players to play in a state championship game. Not a bad idea.
Sheridan doing some substituting of its own right now. Johnny Russell gets a nice hand as he comes out of the game. Blair Crossan will also come out of the game. Number 12, Todd Collins, is one of the players into the action for Sheridan, along with Brett Snyder, number 77. 59 seconds to play. The season about to come to an end. Second down and 7 as the second team offense will run the football straight up the middle. The gain is out to the 43-yard line by Jamie Mendez, and he is slow in getting up, and that will stop the clock. 49 seconds to play. And Kevin Mager will now come out of the game, and he's going to get a great round of applause from the General fans. Craig Smith, number 85, also comes out. John Russell will greet him. All the seniors coming out. Jimmy Robinson, number 34. And 82, Doug Factor. What an outstanding group of young men. It's going to be hard to see those fellas go. .49 seconds to play. Youngstown Mooney 23-7. So we got the second team defense in now for the Generals. Now Dennis Abram, he will come out as well, number 22. Pat on the back from the coaches. We're back to action. The backup quarterback will keep the ball out to the 45, and he breaks it. Look out. There he goes to the 30-yard line. Ted Tinkler, he's going to go all the way for a score.
Those kind of things happen when you're playing second units in there.
For the touchdown.
academic at this point.
That just adds to the celebration for the Cardinals, who are piling on top of each other in the end zone.
Well, they showed some awful good football in the second half.
Tinkler slow getting up after his teammates piled on him in the end zone.
Yeah.
A 64-yard touchdown run for Tinkler. That makes the score 29-7. Tinkler is the punter and the place kicker. He faked to the fullback, followed the fullback, and just broke through a crowd of Generals. Found himself in the secondary, and there were no defensive backs.
A lot of young players in there, overplaying the ball, and quarterback hiding behind those linemen.
Youngstown Mooney has called a timeout. So let's take a break. 23 seconds to play in the game. It's Mooney 29, Sheridan 7. Tinkler, who scored the touchdown, will now try for the extra point. The snap and placement perfect. Tinkler's kick is on the way, and it is through the uprights.
The kick is good.
So the scoreboard now showing Mooney in front 30-7 with 23 seconds to play in the game.
Much closer game than 30-7. If you're watching the program on TV, you know it's a close game.
Some of those seniors who had come out of the lineup for Sheridan have to go back out onto the field for the special teams play. Doug Factor among them. Jimmy Robinson will be the deep return man. Kevin Mager stays out of the game, so it'll be Robinson and Sagan back at the 10 for the kickoff return. Kevin Mager sitting on the Sheridan bench, looking on.
The Cardinal Mooney penalty.
He's joined by Jeff Anderson over there.
For unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
I think that occurred after the touchdown when the team stormed onto the field to celebrate.
So they'll kick it off from the 25. After this game comes to a conclusion, both teams will be honored on the football field by the Ohio State Athletic Association for their fine season. Here is the kickoff. It is a short one. It will be returned out to the 40-yard line by Doug Gary, number 20.
Jim Lewis returned the kickoff. Stop on the play by Mike Guerreri.
18 seconds left in this one.
First and 10, Sheridan.
The clock will start to roll, and it's going to expire. Down to 10, and the Cardinals are going to have their fourth state championship. 3 seconds to go, and the Youngstown fans count them down. The Youngstown Mooney Cardinals are the state champions in Division III.
Well, I'll tell you, Scott, the Sheridan fans certainly haven't left. There's confetti flying, and they're getting a standing ovation. And I would say Sheridan deserved it. An excellent team.
The Generals gave a tremendous effort throughout the playoffs. Gave a great effort in this ball game as well. And it was a much closer game than the 30-7 final score would indicate. So, we'll be back with the award presentations here at Ohio Stadium. Our final score, Youngstown Mooney 30, Sheridan 7. 30-7 our final score, and the Generals being presented with the state runner-up trophy at this time. Johnny Russell comes out to accept the trophy for Sheridan from the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
For the presentation of the championship trophy,
And now the championship trophy will be presented on the far side of the field to the Youngstown Mooney Cardinals.
Coach Woodshine and the Youngstown Cardinal Mooney football squad. Your school is rich in football tradition, and when you look at the regular season, 4 victories in the football tournament, you've exemplified that great tradition. In recognition of your outstanding play, it is my pleasure, on behalf of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and its member schools, to present you with this trophy, which reads Division III 1987 State Football Champion.
So it is all over except for the bus ride home now for the Sheridan Generals, an outstanding senior group for Sheridan. They will take home their runner-up trophy. At this point, the spirits are a little bit low, but when they look back on this, they're going to feel awfully good about their season and the way they performed in the playoffs.
It's a season they'll never forget.
Great job by Coach Culver and the rest of the Sheridan Generals. Our hearts go out to them. Our thanks to Lonnie Moore, Lanny Butler, and the rest of the guys up here, Danny Brown, our statistician, and to the great job done by the AVC crew, enabling us to bring you this state football championship game. Once again, our final score from Columbus, Youngstown Mooney 30, Sheridan 7. A great season for the Sheridan Generals. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Conn's Potato Chips, Mutual Federal Savings, Taco Bell, Jeffers Ford, Nyoka's Family Restaurant, Boring Sheridan Funeral Homes, SEO Computers, the Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, McInturf Insurance, Bethesda Hospital, and Shriver's Pharmacy. Our thanks to them for helping us to bring you today's football game. Again, the final score, Youngstown Mooney 30, Sheridan 7. Take a look back at this outstanding season for the Sheridan Generals. Good night, everyone.